time because many parishes now have less priests to help, and therefore, one priest might have sometimes three churches, three parishes to oversee, and have to run between them to serve the people. That I think is becoming more of a reality, and we need people to be patient and understanding on how that works, and to know that sometimes for priests, we have God, but priests can feel some of the loneliness of trying to be the one person doing so much for so many, and getting overwhelmed by all of the needs and problems that might be there. So again, we know that their prayers help us to be strong regarding that.
Okay, and just my final question is, do you envision any changes being made to the priesthood in the future? And if so, what do you think those changes will be?
Don't know for sure. Pope Francis is looking at how we can make the church stronger and better. Certainly welcoming all people. That's what he's doing. As far as the priesthood being, I don't know about specific changes. I guess I might think he could consider permanent deacons, those men who are permanent, meaning they're usually married, typically a little older. They're deacons, therefore they are ministers of the church. They help at Mass, they help with funerals and weddings and baptisms, and visit the sick and give communion to everybody, and they preach, they do proclaim the gospel. Well, it may be that the Pope might consider perhaps if there are more priests needed, maybe he would think that the permanent deacons, some of them who feel the calling, would want to go beyond being a deacon and actually complete further studies and become a priest. They would still be married, but they would then have a greater responsibility and role to play in the parish. I guess I think that could be a possibility. I don't know about married priests. That's always brought up, and that's a possibility. But just because a man can get married doesn't mean he'll want to be a priest and be married. That's a very hard thing to do, is to juggle the responsibilities of having a family and being responsible for all the people in a parish. So a deacon, might be able to assume some of it because he's been doing it for a while, and usually they don't have children who are little. Most deacons, their children are all grown up, so they can focus a lot of attention on the church. So I guess that's the only possible change I think could happen with the deacons, but I don't know for sure, because Pope Francis is still analyzing the whole picture for the whole church, and as these years keep going by, he'll probably be making some decisions on what changes will benefit us the most.
All right, Father Jack, thank you again for your time and answering these questions.
Sure.
It is greatly appreciated.